I am speaking to you now because the hour has turned and your heart is ready to hear what it refused to hear before. Today, September 2nd, I loosen the knot you could not loosen, and I call your name the way dawn calls the horizon. Do not scroll past this, do not harden yourself with the old habit of pretending you are fine. I am here, and I am not here to scold you but to lift the lid that fear pressed down. Archangel Michael stands beside you, not proud and distant, but crying loudly over the ache you carry and the truth you almost missed. His tears are not weakness, they are the water that will soften the clay of your life so I can shape you again. You have been asking me whether you are seen, whether your love story is an afterthought, whether I set a table for everyone else and left your plate empty. You have whispered that you are strong, and then you have hidden to cry so no one could hear it echo. I never left. I counted the breaths between your questions, and I numbered the nights you told yourself you were dramatic for wanting what I designed you to want. Desire is not your enemy when it is anchored to me. It is the bell that rings the hour of fulfillment when I say the hour has come, and today I say, listen, this is your hour to know what you refuse to know. Michael wept because your heart keeps standing in the doorway, afraid that if you step forward, the room will be empty. He wept because he saw you almost surrender your future to the stale comfort of isolation. He took his sword not to frighten you but to cut through the net of old voices that told you love would pass you by. The sword in his hand is light. It is not aimed at you, but at every lie that camps around your mind. He cries because you are worth the rescue, and rescue is beautiful enough to make even warriors weep. I am the one who braided your days before you lived them. I did not make you to be a statue in a museum of disappointments. I made you to be a living letter of kindness and courage, read aloud by those who watch you rise. You have asked, is there truly someone for me, or am I meant to carry eternity alone? Hear me, you were never designed to drag eternity by yourself. You were designed to walk with me, and in due season to walk with the one whose steps keep time with the rhythm I placed in your chest. Do not be startled by direct words. I am speaking plainly because you have waited long and worn out the indirect paths. The person who wants to marry you is not a stranger hiding in a future you cannot reach. The person who wants to marry you is none other than your closest friend, the loyal one whose presence quiets your storms, the one you trust without rehearsal, the one you call your best friend. You have tried to explain away their steady care as mere habit or kindness. You told yourself, this is safe because there are no expectations, and yet every small act from them felt larger than language. You looked away from the obvious, not because you are blind, but because you are gentle and you feared ruining what already felt like home. But home is what I am offering you, and I do not offer it half-lit. You ask me for signs and I have already given them. Think of the nights you could not sleep and their message arrived without asking. Think of the way your laughter returns when you forgot where you left it. Think of how they remember details others drop, your aversion to a certain spice, your habit of tucking a stray hair behind your ear when you're nervous, the way your voice lowers when you're about to say something honest. Think of the day you were late and embarrassed, and they made space for you without making a scene. Think of the simple way they choose the chair beside you instead of across from you, how they turn their body toward your words like a sunflower turning toward the sun. These are not accidents. Mercy is woven into the ordinary until you learn to notice it. I know your questions. What if I am misreading this? What if I lose a friend and end up with nothing? Child, you will not lose what I gave you by walking into the fullness of what I gave you. A friendship built on truth does not shatter when truth grows into covenant. It becomes stronger because it is honest about its name. Fear taught you to prepare for disaster. I am teaching you to prepare for promise. Fear hoards, promise sets the table. Fear hides, promise opens the window. Fear asks you to play small so disappointment cannot find you. Promise asks you to stand up so blessing can recognize you. On this day, September 2nd, I give you 3 instructions because love is not only a feeling, it is a practice guided by wisdom. First, guard your heart from the chorus of jealous opinions. Not everyone who talks to you deserves a vote in your future. When a soul sees you choosing joy, it may disguise envy as counsel. Smile, bless, and keep moving. Second, communicate with simplicity. You do not need poetic speeches to say, "Your presence has been my sanctuary, and I have realized my heart rests with you." The right soul understands plain words because plain words are the language of truth. Third, place this relationship on the altar of my peace each morning. Peace is not a mood, it is my signature on your decisions. If peace remains, proceed. If peace lifts, wait with open hands. Waiting under peace is not delay, it is alignment. Michael stands watch at your thresholds because beginnings attract resistance. As you step forward, the old patterns will knock on your door. Loneliness will pretend to be comfortable. Cynicism will try to be clever. Close the door gently. You owe no argument to your past. You owe a yes to your future. When accusation says, "You are too much," answer with my voice, "You are exactly measured for the promise I am giving." When shame says, "You are late," answer with my timing, "You are right on schedule for the story I wrote." You have wondered why this friend's kindness felt different than others. It is because I trained their heart to be a place where yours could breathe. They learned patience not for performance but because patience is the language that tells your soul it is safe to bloom. You felt something endure across seasons, across miscommunications, across distances or disagreements. Endurance is love's fingerprint. Infatuation burns and begs, covenant glows and builds. This person has been building without a spotlight, showing up in small ways that wore certainty into your days. Do not despise the small ways. Rings are forged in hidden furnaces, vows are rehearsed in ordinary Tuesday errands. Ask me for courage, and I will put courage in your mouth. Courage is not noise. It is a clear sentence placed at the right time. Do not script their response. That is not your task. Your task is to be honest and kind. Honesty removes fog. Kindness removes fear. If they need time, give them time without punishing them for being human. If they are ready, receive readiness without punishing yourself for being loved. Some of you have learned to brace for impact even when the news is good. Lay down the armor that kept you alive in old battles. You are not in a battlefield, you are at a threshold. I hear you ask, why reveal it like this? Because your heart made a vow to protect the friendship by pretending it was only friendship. I am releasing you from vows born of fear. I do not bless pretense. I bless truth wrapped in humility. The beauty of this connection is not the drama, it is the quiet devotion that outlasted your storms. That quiet is not silence, it is steady music behind the noise of your life. Let yourself dance to it. Michael cries loudly because he has seen the weight you carried as you waited for someone to choose you with their whole life. He has seen you celebrate others while wondering whether celebration would ever circle back to your door. Hear me, celebration is at your door, not because you begged for it, but because you were faithful in the dark. Faithfulness attracts fulfillment. Not as payment, but as alignment. You were not perfect, I never asked you to be. You were sincere, and sincerity is fertile soil. I am not rewarding performance, I am watering promise. There will be a moment, very soon, when the air between you will feel cleaner than usual. Conversation will unfurl without effort. In that moment, do not stuff your heart back into its hiding place. Say the quiet thing gently out loud. If your words tremble, let them. Trembling is honest. You are not a script. You are a soul. Say, I have realized how much my life leans toward you, and I believe our friendship was always an entryway to something deeper if we let God have it. You will not ruin what I built with truth spoken in love. What ruins holy things is fear dressed up as control. I will also speak to you in confirmations that respect your temperament. You do not chase signs, you receive them with open eyes. Look for the small alignment, a shared memory resurfacing at the same time, an old song that once belonged to a hard season now sounding like a beginning, a coincidence so kind it embarrasses your cynicism. These are not childish games, they are gentle winks from a father who knows your doubts and loves you anyway. But remember, signs follow faith, they do not lead it. Your yes is not to a sign but to my peace. If your history carries heartbreak, I am laying a new foundation beneath the same sky. I will not erase your past as if it never happened, I will redeem it so that it does not rule you. The lessons that cost you tears will now serve you as wisdom. You will not sabotage what is healthy because you only understand chaos. I am teaching you the rhythms of steady love, conversations that end without cliffhangers, apologies that are not weaponized, plans that are not promises broken in advance. You will learn to exhale into trust, not perform for it. I care about the practical as much as the poetic. Put order in your space, clear a drawer, make room for a future you once said you didn't need, put aside what belongs to the seasons you have outgrown. Pay your small bills on time. Integrity in details creates capacity for greater gifts. Speak blessing over your work, because love thrives where purpose is honored. Do not abandon friendships out of romance. A marriage flourishes in a village of wise love. Invite counsel, not control, 2 or 3 voices who pray more than they pry. There is also a work I am doing in the person I am highlighting to you. Do not demand perfection as the price of your yes. They are learning, repenting, stretching, and simplifying. They are laying down their own armor. They will not always say it right the first time, neither will you. But they will show up. They will circle back when they miss you. They will choose repair over pride. Does this mean you ignore red flags? No. Wisdom is tenderness with eyes open. If their actions contradict my peace, step back under the shelter of counsel and prayer. If their actions agree with my peace, step forward without suspicion poisoning the cup I placed in your hand. Michael, still with tears in his eyes, lifts his voice to rebuke the schemes around you. The jealous eyes that linger at the edge of your joy will not prevail. The whispers that twist your motives will fall to the ground. The fear that told you, if it's meant to be, you don't have to be brave, is silenced. Meant to be does not mean meant without courage. I partner with your courage. I open doors, and you walk through them. I send peace, and you practice it. I give promise, and you steward it. This is how we work together. You will find that your prayers change tone. Where you once begged, you will begin to thank. Where you once bargained, you will begin to bless. Gratitude is not denial of difficulty, it is agreement with goodness. Bless your future aloud. Say, we will honor God in our speech. We will handle conflict quickly. We will keep short accounts. We will forgive to heal, not to avoid truth. We will keep laughter near the table. We will serve people who have nothing to give back. We will keep our love honest, not theatrical. These vows born now in prayer will later become the rails that carry you when emotion stumbles. I am not promising a story without weather. There will be rainy days and days of bright, ordinary sun. But I am promising presence in the weather, and I am promising growth. Love purified by me grows like a tree planted by water, it bends without breaking and bears fruit in its season. Fruit is not noise. Fruit is evidence. You will see evidence, calmer nervous systems around each other, wiser money choices, less drama, more clarity, a circle of friends strengthened by your union, not diminished. You will notice that you raise the temperature of rooms not with spectacle but with steadiness. Let go of the drama you learn to depend on. You do not need a battlefield to feel alive. You do not need pain to feel profound. You do not need to relive abandonment to prove you can survive. You are not auditioning for love that keeps you waiting in the lobby. You are being invited to partnership that welcomes you home. This is why Michael cries loudly, because the door that fear guarded with grim authority is opening, and you are brave enough now to walk through it. Forgive those who taught you that love equals exhaustion. Forgive the parts of yourself that believed it. Forgiveness is not amnesia, it is the release of a debt you cannot collect. As you release, I will refill. As you bless, I will build. As you choose peace, I will widen the road beneath your feet. Do not rehearse the worst-case scenario. Rehearse the honest steps. Plan the conversation. Pray the words. Prepare your heart for a yes that does not need to shout. If the answer you receive needs time. Honor is love's first language. Finally, I speak to the child within you, the one who put hope away for safekeeping because grown-ups made hope look foolish. Hope is not foolish when I am the source. Take it out again. Hold it like a lamp. Walk forward with it. I am not setting you up to be mocked. I am setting you up to be established. The mockers will quiet when they see the longevity of what I plant. The anxious noise in your head will quiet when you experience that trust can be learned, practiced, and enjoyed. Today, September 2nd, mark it in your memory as the day you stopped calling yourself late to your own life. Mark it as the day you allowed me to rename what you thought you had to hide. Mark it as the day you looked at the friend who has stood beside you and allowed your heart to say what it already knew. You are not breaking something delicate, you are uncovering something strong. You are not trespassing, you are entering the property deeded to you by promise. Walk gently, but do not stall. Speak softly, but do not become vague. Pray deeply, but do not use prayer to delay obedience. Keep your eyes on me more than on the outcome. Outcomes are the fruit of trust. Trust is your part today. And as you step, feel how the ground holds you, because I hold you. Feel how peace remains, because I remain. Michael's tears are drying now, not because the battle is over, but because the truth is received. He will keep watch. I will keep covenant. You, beloved, keep walking. And when joy finds you in the hallway, when a hand you have known for years feels like the hand you were meant to hold, receive it without apology. It is not too good to be true when I am the truth behind the good. Breathe. Smile. Begin. The person who wants to marry you is not an illusion or a rumor, it is the loyal heart you already trust. I have been in the quiet between you both, preparing you to recognize what I planted. Now you see it. Now you say it. Now you step into it, with me, with peace, and with a low VE that will learn you gently all the days to come. I am speaking to you now, on this day, September 2nd, with the breath that steadies storms and the voice that finds you even when you hide from your own hope. Hear me. Do not treat these words as another ripple on your screen. This is not noise. This is not an accident. This is the moment when your heart, your history, and my hand meet in one line that cannot break. Archangel Michael is crying loudly, not with despair but with urgency, because he carries a trumpet in his tears. He has stood at your door all night, knocking in prayer over your sleep, guarding the edges of your name from the shadows that love to whisper, "Not you. Not now." He cried so you would wake without fear. He cried so you would know that the alarm you feel is not a danger but a summoning. I order you to open this now. Open your eyes to what I am saying. Open your understanding. Open your hands that have clenched themselves around old disappointments like cold coins. Open, because closed hearts do not recognize the answers they begged for. Open, because I will place something in your life that requires room to rest, room to grow, room to be honored. If you open, you will see me already in the room with you. You have asked me for signs, and I have given them in small, faithful pieces. A conversation that lingered longer than expected. A kindness offered without being asked. A consistent presence when others grew bored with your depths and hungry for their distractions. You wondered if you were imagining the warmth. You are not. I was there in it, drawing a circle of protection around your desire. You came to me with the ache of betrayal and the fatigue of almosts. You learned to act unbothered, but you were bothered, because you are alive and tender in the places I shaped for love. You feared that tenderness would be punished again, that if you trusted one more time your trust would become a map for someone's convenience. So you built a careful fortress around your laughter, you rationed your joy, you hid the good coat of your expectations in a closet of sarcasm and jokes. I have seen you do this. I am not condemning you. I am here to undress your fear and clothe you with trust that fits. Hear me, the person who wants to marry you is not a distant fantasy wrapped in the applause of strangers. The person is not a rumor in the mouth of the internet. The person is not an enemy wearing perfume. The person who wants to marry you is none other than your familiar hope made flesh, one who has walked near you, not to take from you but to add to you. It is the steady voice in your days, the quiet guardian of your boundaries, the friend whose loyalty did not depend on a spotlight. You know this presence already, you have touched it in small ways. You have seen patience where others offered pressure. You have heard truth where others sold flattery. Pay attention to the one who treated your dreams like sacred ground. You did not miss your season. You misnamed it. You called it waiting. I call it preparation. You called it silence. I call it composing. You called it darkness. I call it roots doing holy work beneath the soil. Now I am saying, up. Now I am saying, bloom. Now I am saying, look again, but look with me. Today is September 2nd, and dates matter to you because time has sometimes felt like a thief. I am the Lord of Time. I reclaim what was stolen. I do not merely return you to where you were, I escort you to where you could not go before because you did not have the language or the stamina for that altitude. I have been strengthening your ankles for mountain paths you once avoided. I have hardened your peace against storms. This is why the peace you feel near this person is not boring, it is evidence. Michael, my warrior, stands ready with a bright blade that cuts away the confusion that collects around good things. He cries loudly because you keep excusing what is holy in your life as coincidence. He cries because too many times the right thing has arrived dressed in everyday clothes and you dismissed it, expecting fireworks. He cries because my miracles often choose the posture of patience, and the world calls patience plain. Michael protects the flame from the wind of your doubt while I teach you to cup it with both hands. You have wondered if you are worthy of a love that stays. Hear me, your worth is not a prize you have to keep defending like a small city at war. Your worth is the signature of your Maker inside every room you enter. It is why certain people become gentle when you speak and why others become restless. It is why a stable love will feel like deep breath after years of shallow gulps. I am not giving you a performance, I am giving you a covenant. Do not confuse tension for passion any longer. The chemistry of chaos is not love. Use what I taught you. Peace is a compass, kindness is a currency, consistency is a language. The one I am pointing to speaks this language fluently. They do not make you bargain for rest. They do not weaponize your past. They make room for your future and call you by the name you are growing into, not the nickname your pain gave you. You will recognize them by the way your purpose expands when they are near. You will notice that you dream from a higher floor, seeing farther than you believed you were allowed to. Your creativity will stop apologizing for being big. Your boundaries will not feel like fences, they will feel like garden walls that keep the fruit safe. Your laughter will thicken, your sleep will travel deeper. These are not theatrical signs. These are daily mercies that stack up like a future. I am healing the part of you that only knows how to run. I am teaching your feet the discipline of staying where you are cherished. I am instructing your eyes to recognize the silhouette of goodness at dusk and at dawn, not only at noon when things are obvious. You have passed the test of endurance, now I am giving you the lesson of reception. Stretch out your hand. Loosen your jaw. Allow joy to arrive without audition. There are voices that will not like this. There are people who preferred you uncertain, because certainty would move you out of their control. There are shadows that preferred you tired, because tiredness made you sign agreements you never read. I am dealing with them. I have already begun. Michael's tears are sentences in the court of heaven. They testify to the work he has done on your behalf. You do not need to fight the old wars while walking into new rooms. Let me close the doors you kept peeking through. Let me lock them. Let me hand you the keys to the door in front of you. You say, but what if I am wrong again? Do not rehearse failure. Rehearse listening. I am not asking you to be certain about every detail. I am asking you to be certain about me. When your certainty is in me, you can move with holy caution that does not paralyze. You can ask questions without interrogating love to death. You can notice red flags without inventing them. I will warn you if anything is crooked. I will steady you if your courage trembles. I will not mock your learning curve. The person I am highlighting honors your faith without pretending to be perfect.